All right, hello everybody, and welcome back once again to another Eternal Return video already. Oh man, I cannot believe I'm already getting another one out, but I have had a definite passion for this lately, and as you can tell either by the thumbnail, the title, or even what you're seeing right on your screen here. Today, we're going to be talking about Felix. Let's already get this video started. We are going to be watching Beljo, who is a, I believe, almost one-trick Felix player in the KR server, and honestly, this man is pretty insane. I just took a look at his DAC, or, you know, just his profile in general. He has a whopping 474 games with a 17.1% win rate on Felix alone, just here in Season 7. And I think that's pretty nuts, honestly. So we are definitely looking at a very good player to let us kind of talk about Felix as a character, how he's been since release, and kind of also break down what Beljo's doing, and we can talk about his build, of course. And I think, honestly, Felix is in a pretty good spot right now. I definitely think Felix has had his ups and downs over the little over half a year now that he's been out, actually. But Felix right now is in a very good spot, I feel like. And Beljo is about to prove it to us. So this game actually is from today on the patch, October 27th. This just happened about 2 hours ago at about, I believe, 11 a.m. EST. This is in Immortal Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, I don't have an Isaac video yet or anything. I honestly was thinking of making a Martina video, but none of the high-ranking Korean Martinas have actually played this patch yet, so it's a little bit, and I was looking around for another character to do, and I chose Felix here because I was like, a pretty, you know, well-played Felix game, decent amount of kills, some pretty nasty stuff on his build, and I was like, you know what? Let's show the people some Felix. I figure it's a little bit different. Nobody talks about Felix a lot, I feel like. He was the very first original character here in Eternal Return. So if you don't know, all of the characters were brought over from the original game, Black Survival, but all the new characters, save for possibly Arda and JP, who are coming out in the future, I believe Season 8 or Season 9. Felix was the very first originally designed character. Like I said, I believe he came out in March, late March, early April, if I'm not mistaken, and now every character since then has been an original character. We have Priya, Estelle, Isaac now, who just came out today, and he is an absolute beast. I cannot wait to do a video on him, but we'll take a few days for people to learn him, what his best build is, augments, so-and-so. But as for Felix, talking about augments, one thing I did want to talk about with Felix is his choice of augments. So as you can see, he does have Frailty Infliction, which is a very popular augment for Felix. I personally am a big fan of both Frailty and Adrenaline. I think they both complement Felix in different ways, and it looks like, are we already going to have a kill on our hands? He is going over to Chapel, definitely wants to contest for Tree. If you don't know how Felix is usually played, they do like to go for that early Tree, because he loves to go Blazing Lance. And if you guys are unaware of what Blazing Lance is, we can take a quick little look-see. Apologies, I did not mean to go over from Felix. Let's take a little look at what Blazing Lance does. So, it has 91 flat attack power along with 1.6% basic attack amplification per level. For those of you, again, who do not know what that are, essentially, your autos will hit even harder than before. In Spear, the weapon itself already has basic attack amplification scaling on it, so it just makes it even better for Felix here, who loves to get at that little sweet spot and effectively use his passive, if you don't know the Retail Spearman, to essentially, as you can see here, use those double autos, getting so much damage off. And now Felix successfully actually was able to grab Tree of Life while this Aya and Kiara were fighting up here towards the entrance of Research Center. So now the main play for him is obviously getting that Blazing Lance online as early as possible. He definitely comes up here to Alley to look for a lighter, possibly going to go into Temple to get this Spear, which he does not have in his inventory yet. Going to kill the Bear and everything. Get some mastery as well from food, and you know, he's honestly looking pretty good right now here in terms of just overall gameplay. Like I said, getting a tree early without having to contest anybody it's a godsend. It's a giant boon for him, and, you know, now we actually see This is the big thing that's about to happen. Alpha is going to be here. Apologies. Alpha is going to be up here in less than 45 seconds now, which is going to be fat for him as well. Because being able to get Mithril, ooh, and here we go. I thought we were possibly going to see a fight against that Hyunwoo, who does have Oblivion Can Wait, which is a pretty unpopular augment nowadays. But, you know, against somebody like Felix, could actually put in some work. But yeah, definitely I think Felix has seen, as I said, his fair share of ups and downs since he got released. Oh man, he went from being an AMP character, which was very funny at the beginning, even though he was designed as a, of course, purely auto attacker. And now he's definitely turned into that auto attacker. And if you guys can also hear, I did get the Felix announcer pack for you guys. He does teleport over to Temple, has that True Samadhi Fire in hand. Also picking up some crafting materials for the Myth Quiver. He's definitely looking for a lot of the traditional attack speed transitional pieces. You can also see he is now about to get that Blazing Lance online. He also opts for things such as Cube Watch. He can transition off crit, which obviously he has the Crystal Tiara. He has Radar. 45% chance crit, but he can definitely go into other things, Opera Mask, Cube Watch, a bunch of different things. And now we actually see him versus this 11 over here, and 11 was already low, pops the Frailty, and just like that, 11 is dead. And now with a bunch of these other people in Avenue, Felix has a great objective take. Obviously, having those double autos, he's able to fight people and objectives very efficiently. And if you guys do not know, Felix's abilities do share a cooldown with each other. And the way to play him, obviously, is to kind of weave those autos in between your abilities to lower the cooldown. And so as you can see here, now his abilities are only on a 3-second cooldown. And now, just like that, it looks like he's going to be able to finish off the Estelle with barely any work. Oh, messes up that Tempest Hydra, but is able to actually now turn it onto the Hyunwoo, it looks like. But yeah, Felix, even, you know, without dying there, still a lot of mastery gained just from trades here and there like that, which just puts him even further ahead of the lobby. Now it looks like he's about to walk up to the Yon, who's just about to take Alpha, but guess what? He actually picks it up for himself and is going to make that Myth Quiver. Hyun and Estelle, not having their ultimates or anything else, I don't believe are going to want to fight him or do anything about it. We do see an Aya kind of coming his way, but being able to make that Myth Quiver early as well is so huge for him. And now the game plan for him is to definitely farm that weapon mastery, getting as far ahead as you can early. Like, look at this, he is 4 weapon levels up, as you can see. He is level 10 versus Hyun's level 6, and even Estelle's, who's only level 9, it's still 1 below him, but still, he is such a menace here. Kind of once you get into this mid game, you get into a rhythm of getting your build, getting these really early transitionals. He has the Crystal Tiara on him right now, which means, or I'm sorry, the Fallen Pegasus, apologies. And now he's looking for a kill into this hedge in here, trying to actually grab whatever she got from the transfer console. And let's see if he's able to do it. She has 2 stacks of her passive, but it just doesn't matter. Felix is able to dive her so efficiently, and even with Estelle here, he can fight her. Look at the autos. Just watch Estelle's health shred like it's nothing. Especially when he gets a Frailty on top of somebody, it will just do so much damage. He is falling pretty low here, but playing it very properly, kiting away with those auto attacks. He doesn't have much lifesteal on him. He is taking food right now. And let's see if he's going to be able to kill. Estelle goes in with the Hazard Shield, the Heli Tack as well. But if you guys are unaware, that Shadow Stab, which is the Spear's weapon skill, is a massive slow. 55% for 2 seconds allowed him to effectively get away. He also did pick up a Shield of Kings, which is a new transitional piece here in patch 0.70. So if you guys are unaware, it is an upgrade from Creed of the Night, I believe. Yeah, he is putting it on right now. It is Creed of Night, which is one of the default arm pieces, along with a Meteorite, and it gives you 21% crit damage, which is nuts. It is so much crit damage, and especially for somebody like Felix, with that auto attack amp as well, he is going to be hurting for a whole lot of damage. And now we do have a Meteorite and Alley coming up here, and Omega as well in Uptown, and at this point, if I am Benjo, I am thinking to myself, I am strong. I have 4 transitional pieces at 9 minutes in the game. Omega is coming up, so I definitely, personally, would go to Omega and start fighting it. Looks like he is calling in a nail. He is actually, looks like going to be going... Oh yeah, I believe... Yeah, Omega is coming here. But, so he does make the rhinos, because I can already tell he wants to make blade boots. So if you guys are unaware, blade boots are another new transitional, I believe in patch 0.69. They are white rhinos plus a meteorite. They are just an upgraded version of those white rhinos, but for somebody that could definitely use the anti-heal, it is just a fantastic set of boots. It also gives attack speed, which Felix loves. Gives everything Felix wants, essentially. And with how he's looking already, it's a no-brainer. And we see Hyun actually laughing at him a little bit over here. Let's see what he decides to do. It is very, very aggressive. Very cocky, I will say, to want to fight a Hyun in this little area right here, especially if you guys are unaware. Hyun just loves shoving people into walls and fighting them, but it looks like he's going to be walking up a little bit. Aya does try and bring the Omega into Beach, but it's not going to be doing much for her. And it looks like our Felix is just going to be walking around a little bit. Looks like he's going to grab the branches. Aya will use that double shot on him, doing about solid 400 damage. And now let's see what he wants to do. He's just making some nice little food right now, actually. And the play here is kind of to just feel this situation out. Somebody else does have the console, so they will be able to see him wherever he goes a little bit up in Uptown. Going to be killing the mutants as well. He only has 52 credits right now. He's been calling in a few things, so he can't afford stuff like a meteorite, like those little objectives. But we do have Wick, who's coming up in a research center in 1 minute. We also do have a meteorite, which is going to be in Chapel, and I feel he's definitely going to try and contest this meteorite instead of Wick right now. He wants those blade boots, especially for somebody like Estelle, who, as you can see, has healing drone. And he's just going to be able to deny her of so much of that healing. And if he also fights Hyunwoo, if he fights Yeon, both of those characters have insane healing. And so he definitely wants to try and reduce that as much as possible here. And I definitely think his play for the late game, he's almost weapon level 14. And that level 2 Shadow Stab will hurt very, very bad. We see him taking the console here in Chapel to be able to get a whole lot of vision. And vision control is a very important part of the game, if you guys are unaware. Being able to control an entire zone's vision, especially when a huge objective is coming up, Meteorite, Alpha, Omega, Tree of Life, it will definitely help you in the long run. You have essentially an early warning system, for most places at least, to kind of see when somebody's coming, to just kind of know where they are, what's going to be happening, so on and so forth. And as you can see, as I said, he will be making those blade boots here. And let's see, he did get some Zen Vitality. Very nice. So Zen Vitality is a tree. It is a Tree of Life combined with, I believe, the Buddha scripture, and it is a very good food. 850 HP regen over 18 seconds. Very, very good. Now we see Wick here, and as I said earlier, Felix's Wick take is insanely good. The one thing, as you can see, so I'm going to pause it for a second and kind of identify why he didn't just take it here. We can obviously see this fight over here going on, but the thing is, as far as I'm aware, he only sees this ping. So in his mind, if I was him, I would be thinking, okay, is this people fighting? Or is this somebody possibly also taking the boar right here? It could be a multitude of things. So he does the smart thing right now. Let's actually look at it from his vision for a quick second. Like I said, he saw the ping right there. But now the question is, what does he do with that information? He's seeing pings all over here. He's just going to be following Wick kind of very slightly. We take a look back at the full vision. We do see Aya about to aggro it, which it looks like. We also have Hyunwoo and Estelle over here. We now do see Wick being aggroed, which means, yeah, you can see Estelle walking up for it. But it's going to be a little close. This Aya, especially Amp Aya, has a little bit of a hard time taking Wick. And it is going to be so close. She ends up taking it, but is he going to be able to get that kill? It, unfortunately, will not drag him to her. But he does end up picking that VF blood sample along with another meteorite up, which means he has a lot he can go into here. He can go into Chinese Opera Mask. He can go into the Spear of Longinus if he wanted to. And then again, with that meteorite, stuff like Cube Watch, if he wants to get some attack speed that he's probably, most likely, I feel like gonna lose a little bit. And I think he's looking very good. Despite the Aya having the Wiccaline buff right now, I definitely think he's looking good for his late game here. Like I said, he's farming mastery really well. And if we take a look at the rest of the lobby, he's third highest right now. This Aya has insane mastery. Yon is one level above him. So compared to the rest of the lobby, Not too bad, I think, at least. Apologies, I did press the wrong button on my keyboard, so that was my Discord mute noise. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot to mute the sounds on my Discord, but my bad on that one. Oh man. I do not want to have to sit here and re-record that though, so my apologies if you hear the little Discord noise. I'll cut it out for the future. My bad on that one, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna be farming the chickens over here in Chapel, and like I said, he actually now also has that free pair of mithril boots on him. But, you know, does he really want to get that? He also didn't make the Chinese Opera Mask, which I have to go, you know, and talk about. Chinese Opera Mask being such a good item. He's going to be fighting the Estelle, procs the Frailty, and he is just doing a massive amount of damage. And look at this. That heal drone is healing Estelle for almost nothing because of those blade boots. And he ends up taking her down just insanely well. Dodged a lot of the autos. If you guys are unaware, the Crescent Wave, his E, it does throw him back a little bit, but it also evades basic attacks, which is very, very good. And if you notice, so for each basic attack you evade, you get an extra stack of your passive. So it really helps out, you know, trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Get those cooldowns even lower on the abilities. He also did end up calling in another Mithril. But the other thing I wanted to talk about as well is that he has Anima Reaper, which is really interesting. I don't see many people run Anima Reaper, but I do like it, in all honesty. It gives you extra AP. You can see right now he's sitting at 207, which I think is not bad at all. And he just has so many transitionals he can go into. Right now, Blazing Lance, the Mithril Armor, Chinese Opera Mask, which, if you don't know, gives him Omni Siphon, Move Speed, SP, Skill Amplification, which he doesn't use too much of, obviously, Defense and Attack Power. He gets a Necronomicon out of that, which he cannot use. Has the Cube Watch, which is just so good for him. So much attack speed. The Blade Boots, which we already talked about. And, of course, Mithril Quiver, making him even faster than before. And just, he is looking so set right now for the rest of this game. He has the ability to deal with almost any other character as long as he plays it well. Which, of course, I wouldn't be going over this game if I didn't think he didn't play it well. Now, going into our final zone, which is going to be Hospital, he is going to be taking the console because you never know if you have any stragglers around. He doesn't really know what is going on the rest of the map right now. If we do take a look right now, he doesn't really see what's going on. I believe, yeah, he's actually going to deposit. Oh, he hears the footsteps. Oh, and it looks like he might get a free kill on the Hyun. Gets it with the ultimate. Now he wants to try and kill this Hyun. He's not going to get greedy and go for it just yet. It looks like, actually, that was a little bit of a vision mistake. The big thing, if you actually saw it, that he's going to go into is this Guardian Suit. So Guardian Suit, he's going it over Mithril Armor, essentially to be able to live against a lot, both the Aya and the Yon. So if you don't know, it gives 30 defense, 150 max HP, 10% defense from basic attacks, and also 8% skill damage reduction, which against both of these characters can be game-changing. And I definitely think it is the right move here for him. He already has a lot of attack speed still, 1.42, which is great for Felix. It's pretty solid numbers. You can see it doesn't look like he's having any problems, you know, obviously autoing anything. And then also he has the Frailty on top of that, which means he's going to be doing a lot of damage once he procs it. He also has Stopping Power, which does give armor penetration, so I don't know, man. Beljo is looking so good right now. And like I said, as we look at our final zone, we do see the Yon and the Aya, who probably know where each other are down there. And let's see, I want to take a look from his point of view. He doesn't see any pings yet, it looks like. I don't know if he saw any before, but we're going to go with what we see right now. He does actually get the console, and we'll see them fighting. The Tetragon is down, so I think Felix knows it is time to go in. There's all these traps over here, but oh, will it even matter? And he actually is getting a little bit messed up. There's that Shadow Spear to kind of allow him to kite a little bit better, but it doesn't even look like a fight anymore. Yon doesn't have the Tetragon. But actually, he decides be a little respectful, be a little conservative right now, and actually picks up some remote mines, which are a lot of damage. Is just picking up all these transitionals from Aya, obviously, you know, just trying to get him off. But even then, Yon, I believe, yeah, Yon is looking pretty good himself right now. Not as much transitionals, obviously, as Felix, but you know. Felix does not want him to have anything. Oh boy, and here are the smart bombs being set down. Felix gets the remote mines. And let's see, Jan, oh boy. Damage everywhere from these traps. And let's see how he actually fights this. He has everything up. There's the Tetragon, gets knocked back into it. Felix trying to dodge autos right now. The Shadow Stab, he has to kite away again to be able to go rest. He has 60 seconds of timer left, which means he does have the ability to be able to go rest, kind of reset the tempo of the fight. And the thing is, Jan can win this, but with how just strong Felix is right now, and with all the transitionals, Felix definitely can win when it's a ultless fight between the both of them. Like, look at the damage he's doing with autos. It just doesn't matter whatsoever. He's playing it so insanely well, gets the frailty proc and everything, Tomahawk Roundhouse, and is going to let Jan walk away for a second, actually. He does, I believe, have higher timer yet. Jan only has 34. He's trying to actually poke him so he can't heal anymore. Going to throw these remote mines down. And with only 16 seconds left till this just... Oh, man, it's not looking good for our boy Jan here, unfortunately. 20 seconds left of timer. At this point, Beljo knows, yeah, he has 20 seconds more timer. And honestly, at this point, he could just run, but he is being a true respectful gentleman and wants to fight this Jan. Jan attempts to go in with the Tetragon and everything he has, but it is just not enough. Felix does too much damage here. That's Beljo taking this game. And guys, what a beautiful game it was, I will say. And I hope you guys did enjoy this game. You know, as I said before, I really enjoy doing this type of content. So if you have any feedback for me, please let me know down in the description. I'd love to do more like this for you guys. If you want me to talk about anything specifically, more about the player, the character, please let me know. If I missed something, like I said, let me know anything. Links to everything are down in the description as well for Twitter, Discord, my Twitch as well. I go live just about every day, either at about 5 or 6 a.m. EST. I would love to have you guys there. Talk about Eternal Return. I talk about esports, the casual side of things, just about everything. But guys, once again, thank you for watching the video. It means the absolute world to me that you stuck here for this long. And yeah, until the next video, guys, you all take it easy. Bye, everybody.